Hi there, I'm Ethan Pierce, the founder of Adaptive Reader, and I just wanted to give a quick overview of Adaptive Reader's functionality and some of the ways that you can potentially use it in your classroom. So I want to start first with our web application. So you can go to app.adaptivereader.com. In this case, I've already created an account, but you're able to create a free teacher account, and then you're able to browse our catalog of over 500 titles. So, for example, if I'm working with Call of the Wild, I can type that in, and Jack London's Call of the Wild comes right up. So down here, you'll actually see that you can toggle between these different reading levels, and you can actually see the delta in the total number of words and the total vocabulary for each of these texts, as well as the lexile level for select text. So for example, in this case, we go from almost 5,000 unique words down to 3,600, and almost cutting the number of unique vocabulary words in half to 2,700. You're able to come here and you'll see we have two options to order the paperback. All of our books are available at each of our reading levels across all of our languages as print-on-demand paperbacks. But for right now, I'm going to focus on reading online. So you can come here, click Read Online. Up here, you can actually move between the different reading levels, or the different reading levels, the different chapters. So this is the chapter toggle up here. We have these passage markers down here, so you can keep everyone on the same page. So you can either tell students, hey, everyone go to chapter 3, and they can use this drop down to navigate to that spot in the story. Or you can say, everyone go to passage 46, and all of the students will be at exactly the same place in the text, irrespective of what version they're looking at. Here, you'll see that we have two different views. So you can have the students do a deep reading of one level in one language, or you can have a side-by-side version. So this is particularly helpful here when you want to support students either with translanguaging, so using their first language to understand the content, and then using that understanding, that background knowledge to decode the text in the language of instruction. You'll see that they're able to change the different reading levels and see that simplicity here. They're also able to actually listen to that read aloud.
Buck lived at a big house in the sun-kissed Santa Clara Valley. Judge Miller's Place, it was called.
So in addition to being able to toggle between these different reading levels, you can actually change the language as well. So we have 30 different languages available in deep language models, and they're actually available in each of our reading levels. So you can toggle that on and even listen to it read aloud.
كان باك يعيش في منزل كبير في وادي سانتا كلارا الذي تكسوه الشمس.
So a few other things to point out here. From an accessibility perspective, you can also change the fonts. So we have different font sizes. And then in terms of actually giving this out to your students, if you want to assign this to your classroom, no student accounts are required. You just come here in your teacher account, copy this magic link, share that with your student, and they'll actually be logged in directly. Or you can copy this class code right here, and the student will actually be able to enter that class code in to the reader. So just to give you a sense of what that looks like from the student's perspective. So I've signed out, and I can come in here. It will ask me for my class code. I can, whoops. Let me just grab that again really quickly. I'm just grabbing this class code and copying it. I can enter that in. And now I'll have full access to that text. When I click out of this, you'll see that the class code is up here. It will remain that way across the text for that browser, for that device. And if you need to, you can clear the class code as well. So a couple of other notes here. If you decide to use the printed versions of the text, you'll see that there's actually a QR code on the back of the book here. You can grab one of these paperbacks, and we have those same passage numbers in the margin of the book. So in this case, this is Frankenstein rewritten to a fifth grade reading level in Vietnamese. So when the student comes in here, they can scan that QR code, jump to passage 246, and it will start reading aloud to them from that point in the story. In terms of how to leverage this really effectively in a multilingual classroom or an inclusion classroom, I think we really encourage educators to think about this as the zone of proximal development for their students. So these adapted versions of the text are great for building background knowledge, they're great for practicing decoding, and they're great for sending the student home or for independent reading. Then when you come together as a classroom, we really encourage instructors to have everyone look at the original grade level text so that the students can get exposure to that grade level vocabulary, sentence structure, and the author's original language. We're always trying to make the application better, and we have some really big things coming out this year, including a dyslexia formatting standard that reinforces phonemic awareness by bolding every other phoneme and underlining long vowels. And we also are beta testing a self-serve upload feature where teachers can upload any content they have, and we'll actually make that leveled, multilingual, and with AI audio. So we're really excited for you guys to try this. We're always available for feedback as well, and we're really committed to making this work for you and your students. Don't hesitate to reach out with any questions or comments. Thank you.